Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Empower Hour training. My name is Stephanie. I'm one of the coaches, and I'm here with
Hey guys,
Christina, and we are, hey. We are going to give you guys our version of the Empower Hour. So this is what you will be doing every single day in your business. It can take you anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, or if you want to go above and beyond, it could take you a little bit longer. But our goal is to use this as the foundation of your business. So you should be doing this every single day if you have goals in the business and you are looking to grow and expand. So we're not going to spend too much time chatting about it, but we are going to go through step by step, and we will ask you to stop and pause the video throughout this training. It is a very watch and then do type of training. So we want you to walk away from this video having everything set up digitally for you to do your power hour and for you to stay on track and have everything make sense for you in this business. So first things first, we are going to take a look. Christina will pull it up on our screen for you guys to see. This is in a Google Drive. In your Google Drive, we will give you access to the new Coach Empower Hour, and this is what it will look like. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you access this is go straight to the top and make a copy. So when you make a copy, this will save it into your specific Google Drive. If you don't have a Gmail account, you might have to create one, but you'll go to the top and you will make a copy, and then you will make sure that it says New Coach Empower Hour and save that to your drive.
Where do you even go to do that? I don't even know how to do that on here.
It should be File.
Okay.
At the top, and then make a copy. Yep. So you'll click that and it'll automatically make a copy. It'll ask you to name it, so you can put your name, and I would be like Stephanie's New Coach Empower Hour if you want. Or it'll just say copy of the New Coach Empower Hour, and that one will be yours. So you can easily mess around with it and edit it the way that you need to make sure that it's yours. Mm-hmm. And you save it into your drive wherever you want. You can save it on the basic page, or if you have a folder for it, you can do it there. And then click OK. And so this is what you're going to see now every single time. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is highlight everything and copy that. And then at the very, very bottom left of the screen, you'll see these little lines. Or an add button, a little plus sign. If you click that, it will add a little tab to the bottom, and you can paste your whole entire Empower Hour there. So that way you have one for each week, and we like to kind of lay out for 12 weeks. So right now, when you're watching the video, I want you to pause it and go ahead and copy and paste and make it for the next 12 weeks in your business, or 8 weeks, whatever you want to do, just so that you're set up and good to go. And then when you're done with that, come right back, press play, and we will get moving with the next part.
Yep, and just really quick on that part, you can, before you click pause, you can go through at the very bottom if you've never used it before, as you copy and paste new sheets. So if you're in Google Docs, I know for me personally, I cannot right-click copy and paste because it gives me this error right here. So you need to, if you're using a Mac like I am, you do have to click the command button and then C to copy, and then the command button and V to paste. So that always happens to me in Google Docs. And then you rename it down here by this little, you just double click on the tab at the bottom and then create whatever the next month or the next week is going to be. All right, so go ahead, pause, and then come back.
All right, so you have just set up your Empower Hour for the next 12 weeks, and you are good to go with that. So the next step that we want to do for you is to kind of go through our Empower Hour step by step, so you know exactly what daily tasks you're going to be tracking, what types of goals you're going to be tracking, and where you should be checking in every single day. So first things first, as you see at the top, it says daily tasks to track. Underneath that, the first thing that we track is our workouts. So like you saw in the videos previous, we are always a challenger, right? That means we are being a product of the product. We are doing our workouts, we are drinking Shakeology, and we are doing our personal development. So that is exactly why workout Shakeology, and personal development are at the very, very top of our daily tracker. So for each day, you can go to like Monday. If you did your workout, you can go ahead and write Insanity, max 30, or 21 day fix, upper fix, whatever workout you did for that day. Go ahead, type it in, and that way you can kind of keep track of yourself and your goals, your own personal fitness goals. You'll notice if you're skipping any days, or you can write how you felt. It's really up to you what you want to write, but biggest point is that you are checking off that you have done that for the day. So after those top 3 things, we're going to move down into social media posts. And in our training in the modules, we talk a lot about when you should be posting, what you should be posting, what you should be sharing about, all those things. And I'm not going to get into that now, but what you're going to be tracking is how many times a day you posted onto your Instagram and or Facebook. Now, I know some of you are only on Instagram and some of you are only on Facebook. So if you're only on one of those things, that's totally, totally fine. When I first started coaching, I was only on Facebook. So don't feel like you have to be everywhere at once. Start with one platform that you're really, really comfortable with and track. Show up every day and be consistent on that page. So the goal is to post at least 3 times per day. But if you post 4 or 5 or 2 or 1, you're going to write that number in underneath that day of the week. So if Monday you posted 4 times, you're going to put a 4 there, just like Christina. If you have both a Facebook and an Instagram, you can share the same content on both. So you can write like an IG 4 posts. You can write Facebook 4 posts. That way you know I posted 4 times on Instagram and 4 times on Facebook. So that's really up to you. The point of this tracker is to be a little bit flexible based on what you're doing.
Right.
Okay?
I'm going to caveat on that a little bit. You can also, if you are someone who is OCD and you do want to track them separately, you can always right click and just insert a row below and type in comments with likes on Instagram. This one you can change it to comments with likes on Facebook. Totally up to you. So, or excuse me, I meant social media posts. I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah, totally. Social media posts on Facebook, then you can have a separate row for social media on Instagram. Yep, totally up to you. But that's a simple way to keep track and to know how often are you showing up to social media? How consistent are you being with things? That's the whole point of this Empower Hour tracker, because we could be doing all these things and not keeping track of what we're doing. And then if we're falling short in some areas of our business, it's really hard to know exactly where we can improve. So this is a great way to get in the habit right as a new coach, brand new out of the gate. This is the perfect way to get started on the right foot so that you know from the get-go what you're struggling with, what you're being amazingly consistent at. And then as your upline coach, either Christina or I or your upline coach, we can help you if you show us your tracker. We can say, hey, let's work on this, that, and the other, okay? All right, so the next thing that we're going to move into is the comments and likes on social media. So our goal every single day is to at least comment and like on 5 posts a day. Now you can like on tons and tons of posts as you're scrolling through your interest list, which we're going to talk about, but we only count the ones that we did a comment for and a like. Okay, so this can be on Facebook, or if you're doing social or Instagram, it can be on either one. And like Christina said earlier, if you want to do 2 rows and say, hey, I'm going to do 5 on Instagram and I'm going to do 5 on Facebook, you can totally add a row in there and separate those 2, okay? But the minimum that we want you to be doing is at least choose one social media platform, preferably the same one every single day so that you're showing up consistently. So let's just say for the heck of it, Facebook, you're going to go on and make sure that you comment and like on 5 different people's posts that day. And that's when you can check off the list. And now before I get into all the other stuff, Christina and I are going to kind of go through and show you how to create your new coach business tracker, okay? And this is something that we didn't get as new coaches, and I'm telling you, we figured this out recently, and it has been a lifesaver. So again, we want to start you guys out with this, and it might seem like a lot to begin with, but I promise you putting in that time today or over the next couple days to really build your list, it's going to make a huge difference on where you go every single day in your business from here on out. All right, so
And
Christina,
why
you
we're
wanna
stopping
wrap that up?
right here, we're basically like, this is why we're stopping here, comments with likes on social media, because we're going to show you exactly how we're tracking that. So it's not just going to be, okay, I'm writing a number and I'm done. We're showing you the method behind how to actually do that and keep track of it. So with our new Coach Business Tracker, okay, so what we've got here is, did we want to go to the interest list first, or how do you want to do that?
Let's start off. It's going to be the same thing. So you're going to make a copy of this when you get access to it. You're going to make a copy of this the same way that you did for the previous one. And then boom, you'll have it. It shows interest lists. If you look at the very, very bottom, you'll see all the different ILs. That stands for interest list. We have one for April, May, June, July. Obviously, if you're joining and it's now June, then you're going to go back and you're going to kind of change the months a little bit so that it fits you. And then at the very, very start, the bottom tab says Facebook Friends. And that is where we are going to start with everything. So when you click on Facebook Friends, you see first name, last name. So your next assignment for you to do right now is to go into your Facebook friend list, and you are going to start all the way at the top. If you go in alphabetical order, that's cool. If not, just start at the top. And you are going to write down the first name and last name of every single person that you want to connect with on that list. So obviously, probably someone, if you're a female, then you're going to connect with other females, right? If you're a mom, maybe that's going to be your niche market and you really want to talk to moms about this, okay? So you're going to think about those things. Who can I connect with? Who would I love to start a new conversation with and get to know again? Who can relate to this, or who could possibly need to do a workout program to change their life? Who would possibly need coaching in their lives to bring a better opportunity for their future and for their family? You're going to think about those things as you're going through your Facebook list, and you are going to write down everybody's name, first name and last name, start to finish. So if you have 200 friends, you're going to sit and you're going to go through all 200, and you're going to pick out the ones that you want to build a connection with. If you have 700 friends, you're going to sit. It's going to take you a little bit longer, but you're going to sit and you're going to write down first name, last name, and just boom, 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 chug it out in order. And I know right now you're probably looking at the screen thinking that I'm totally crazy for making you do this, but I promise you there's a method to this madness. Trust us, it is going to make a huge, huge difference. And don't think that we're going to sit here and say, okay, now you have to reach out and invite everybody. That's not what we're going to do. So don't think about it that way. This is our basis of who we want to start building connections with and adding values to their life, okay? Whether they ever buy a challenge pack from you or not, or ever become a coach, that doesn't matter. You are thinking about people who you want to add value and you want to connect with, and that is who is going to go on that list.
Right.
Anything you want to add, Christina?
Yeah, so just think about this as you're going through. Like Stephanie said, really think about who you want to connect with, but also just to take note of, for this reference or for future reference, the people that are at the top of your Facebook list, those are the people on your friends list. Those are the people that you automatically are already connecting with, like a lot. So those are the people that are showing up in your newsfeed. Those are the people that you likely see, and they likely see you all the time. But as you get further and further and further down your friends list, those are the people, if you're looking at it on your computer, I know your phone's a little bit different because I think the phone goes in alphabetical order. But if you're looking at it on your computer, the people at the very bottom are those people that you very rarely connect with. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this, because I mean, that is going to be something that you need to keep in mind. It's not going to be like, hey girl, what's up? Or like, you don't want to send weird messages like that, right? So it's just keep that in mind. Those people at the bottom are people you haven't connected with. So, and yeah, like Stephanie said, this is something that, to be honest with you, I wish I would have done at the very, very beginning of my business, because it makes tracking so much easier. With you, if you have a compiled list of every single friend on your Facebook list that you know you want to connect with, your life is going to be simple. It's going to be so much easier than you trying to figure out who in the heck, like, who do I talk to today? I don't even know. Like, I guess I can go to my Facebook friends list and scroll. Like, no, this is going to make it simple for you. So if you want to take everyone's name and write them down in a notebook. I've done that before too. I have everyone's name in a notebook. If you want to do that and then type them all out as you go, you can do that. Or if you would rather go back and forth and just type go from Facebook and go back to here and type, you can do that too. But I decided that it was easier for me to write them all down on a sheet of paper and then go through and just type. As I'm looking, type their name, and so on. And I do know that there is some fancy schmancy way that you can import your current Facebook friends list into an Excel sheet. So if you want to YouTube that and make your life easy and then just go through and delete the people you don't want to connect with or you don't need to connect with, you can do that. But I don't know how to do that. So, and I don't think Steph knows either. So if you want to figure that out, go for it. But it took me it probably takes at least a half an hour to go through your whole friends list, or, depending on if you have a lot, it might take you a little longer. So keep that in mind, but it will be worth it. Promise. So right now, pause and go start at your friends list and make that list.
Yay.
All right.
Okay. I hope you paused and went to do your friends list, because now you should have a really long list of many people to connect with. You might have 50, you might have 200, you might have even more. But this is going to be the foundation of where you're starting, okay? And Christina's writing in a couple names right now just to kind of show you what it would look like. And what we're going to do with this list is this is going to be our building list. This is going to determine who we're adding value to. Remember, we talked about how you're going to comment and like on people's posts 5 a day. We are going to build from this list and kind of make your life easier by creating a Facebook interest list. And you might have no freaking clue what a Facebook interest list is, but that's totally okay, because we are here to explain step by step what it is and how it works. Do you want to take that one over, Christina?
Yes. Which one? I'm sorry. Interest list or new friends list?
Interest list.
Okay.
Interest.
Sorry, I was in the midst of typing and I got distracted. Okay. So what we're going to talk about now, like Stephanie said, is your interest list. Now, I know, what I'm going to do? I'm going to start out with the basic. I'm not even going to show you the colors yet. So we're going to start out with basic. All right. So as you can see here, and when you copy this whole entire packet into your own Google Drive, this will show up exactly how we have it laid out. So we have it set up for every month. I'm just going to go into May for right now. So what you're going to want to make sure is an interest list. An interest list is here for a reason. So the purpose behind an interest list, and if you've never heard of one before, we will show you how to create one. But the purpose of an interest list is to have a combined Facebook list. How do I want to put this? It's basically an area on Facebook that you can go to add value to people that you place in that list. So right now, you probably have a ton of coaches. You probably have a lot of your family members. Like if you're scrolling through your newsfeed, those are probably the people that you currently see, because the way Facebook algorithms go, the more you like and comment on people's stuff, the more they're going to see and like and comment on your stuff back, right? Because if you're liking and commenting, you're automatically going to pop up in their newsfeed and vice versa. So all those people you're connecting with right now, those are the only people coming up in your newsfeed. So in order to reach those people that we don't really connect with, or maybe as you created your friends list, you're like, oh my God, I haven't talked to her since high school. I didn't even know we were Facebook friends. Like it's people like that you really didn't even realize were on your Facebook list, that we now have a place to go to add them to basically our own little separate newsfeed, to where those people that we want on that list will be the only ones popping up when we're scrolling through that specific newsfeed. So that's the purpose of an interest list. And what we do you want to show them how to create that interest list right now? Or do we want to go over this?
Well, let's talk a little bit about where you're going to get those names from. So the reason that we did the big long list of names of people you want to connect with is because the first 50 people on that friends list, your Facebook friend list, the first 50 people on that list, you are going to literally go in, copy and paste their first and last name, and then you are going to paste that into the first interest list. So if you're joining and it's May, then you're going to paste it into your May. So boom, all of a sudden you have 50 people that you can connect with, right? But Christina just explained that this has to do with Facebook, right? It's like a private newsfeed. People don't know that they're put on an interest list, by the way. So it's not like they're going to get a notification saying that you created a newsfeed interest list for them. They won't know, okay? This is just your private place, so you're not scrolling through your feed and creeping around and having to go to different people's pages all the time, because that would take forever. So after you paste those 50 names into your interest list for the month, you are going to open up Facebook, and that is where we are going to show you exactly how to create your May interest list, or June, or whatever month it is for you right now. So you go to Facebook, you get yourself all logged in and ready to go with that. And then as Christina pulls it up, you guys will see on the very far left-hand side is where we are going to work. And it's a little bit different on your phone. So if you're on your phone, I don't recommend it. It's so much easier to do this on the computer, honestly. So on the very far left side, you see she's hovering over friend list. You're going to click that, which is right under the Explorer. And when you get there, it's going to show you at the very, very top, create a list. And that is going to be your interest list. So you click create list, and they make it super easy peasy for you, because once it pops up, you can literally put in, you create a list name. So this will be your May interest list or April interest list, whatever month you're on. And then you can add members. You add them by their first or last name. You literally type it in, click, and you can do multiple at the same time. So you're going to add all 50 people to that list. And that's going to be your very, very first list for you to build off of to begin with. And the reason that we want you to start with 50 people and not 2 or 3 is because not everybody posts on Facebook every day, right? So if you only have 15 people in this list and nobody posts that day, it's going to be really, really hard for you to add value, right? And to comment and like on their posts, because you're not seeing anything. But when we start with 50 people, every day you should be able to go in and comment and like on at least 5 posts, right? So once you have that, you're going to hit, what?
Sorry. Yeah, you're going to hit create once you have that. I'm not going to hit create because I don't want a new interest list right now. But I'm just going to show you an example of an interest list. So if we pull up my March interest list, these are all those people that I have on the list right now. Oh, look, that's funny. And what I do is boom, like, boom, comment, scroll, boom, like, boom, comment. And it makes it that much easier versus trying to like scroll through your Facebook newsfeed, go to random people's page, stalk their page. Oh my God, have they posted? Like, you don't know. This is where it's at. This is going to be key. So that is how easy it is to create a Facebook interest list. Now we will go back to here. So when we have the Facebook interest list created, what you're going to do is, obviously, if you haven't copy and pasted, you want to pause, copy and paste everyone's name into here, and then come back. So, and then create your interest list and then come back.
Yes. Do those things and then come back.
Yes. Okay. You're back.
All right. So let's just go over kind of the things that you're going to be tracking on your business interest list. So at the top, you see first name and last name, which you copy and pasted from your friend list, right? So now you have 50 people sitting there. That's what you should be looking at right now on your screen too. Next to that, you see added value. Added value means that you commented and liked on a post that day. So if I went to Christina's page and I put in Christina Menier, and then I added value and wrote 1 comment and 1 like on 1 post, I would just put a 1 there. If I come back the next day and she has another cool post that I can relate to, then I'm going to comment and I'm going to like on it again, and I'm going to change that 1 now to a 2 because I've added value to her page 2 times. And every time you go and add value, you literally just go in and change that number. So you should have a long list of 50 people. You keep track of the 5 that you did for the day, and you just add a number, add a number, add a number. Super duper simple and a great way to see, like, oh my gosh, I've added value to this person 8 times. I think we're ready to have a hey girl message, which is the next piece. So if you look at your Empower Hour tracker, one of the things that it says is you are going to send 3 hey girl messages per day. And there it is. So 3 hey girl messages per day. This is where you're going to do it from. Boom, you'll have it all in one spot, right? So you're working off of this list. Right now you have 50 people on it. You've added value, and then you're going to write down the hey girl date. If you've been adding value to somebody for a while, or you see they're on vacation and you have a question about how their vacation was or where they've been or what they've been doing since high school, or you think their kids are adorable and you want to know where they're going to school, make sure that when you reach out to somebody, it's not just like, hey, how are you? Because that's super duper awkward. They're just going to be like, I'm good. And then the conversation's going to end and it's not going to feel good, right? If you are going to hey girl somebody and reach out to them, then make sure that you have looked at their page a little bit. You've added value to them. You see what they're doing. You know what's going on. And you have a good, genuine connection or a question to ask them that they're going to want to respond, right? Our goal of Hey Girl Messages is to leave whoever we're talking to, leave them feeling happy that they haven't engaged in a conversation with us, right? And if we're just being weird and creepy and like the conversation dies out in a weird way, that's probably not going to leave them with a good feeling. So the point of our Hey Girl is to just get a conversation, build a connection, make a stronger connection, okay? And you're doing 3 of those per day. So again, you're going into your interest list, you're figuring out who you can reach out to, and then you're gonna write the date there that you reached out to them. Do you want to take it from here? I'm gonna turn my light on.
Yeah, okay. So one thing I want to mention too is, so obviously we're tracking the date for a reason, because you know that it's very easy for us to lose track of who we're talking to, especially if we're talking to 5 new people a day, 3 to 5 new people, and then it gets to the end of the week, we've already talked to 20 plus people, right? So writing down that date that you either send them a Hey Girl, or especially the date that you send them an invite, is huge. Now, one thing I want to bring up is sometimes it's very easy for the people that post a lot, it's very easy to add value to their page. And you just like, for some reason, you automatically connect and you're just having conversation through their pictures. Now, do you necessarily need to send a Hey Girl? You don't have to. I mean, but is it encouraged sometimes? Yeah, if the time's right, like Stephanie said, if you see something that jumps out at you, for sure, send them a Hey Girl. But that even gives you a little bit more, that feel-good factor about inviting them goes even higher when you have that there to say, yeah, we had this conversation a little bit ago, and now I'm good with sending the invite. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything, actually, I won't even go into invites. But just keep that in mind. And also, if you have added value to a lot of people, to one person for a lot of days, I guess, if you want to say, if you've been, doing that consistent value over and over, and you feel confident with the invite, you don't always have to send a Hey Girl. Like, if you've added enough value through those pictures and you've been commenting back and forth, an invite might be okay. So keep that in mind. Now, this column right here, the response notes section, this is for, I'm actually going to go back. Actually, no, I won't do that yet. This is for if someone says, like, let's say Stephanie reached out to me and I said, I'm definitely very interested, but right now, like, I'm in the middle of moving. I'm about to go on vacation next month. Like, how about can you follow up with me in May? Or if I weren't even to say that, let's say if I were to say something like, hey, I'm going on vacation right now, or next month, and we're in the middle of moving, then Stephanie could say something like, oh, well, I would love to reach out to you, once everything is kind of settled down. How about would you like me to reach out to you after, during my May challenge group or before my May challenge group starts up? And they'll be like, yeah, for sure. Reach out to me then. So here you can put going on vacation, moving, but we can follow up with me in, let's say, May 1st, 2017, or we'll say 5/1/2017, right? So this gives you an easy way to say, okay, well, I know what her response was, and I also know like what she's got going, and I know the date that I need to follow up with her next. And it's always important to know and understand, okay, even though the time might not be right now for you, when's the next time that you would like to reconnect or reach out? So then you always have that date saved right there. Now, I'm going to go over to this April interest list, the one with all the fancy colors that I didn't want to show you right off the bat, because colors do help. So this is the exact same list that we just showed you, except we have a few more names added in, right? So throughout the course of this week, we've been adding value to people. We've been keeping track of how many days. So let's say if I went in today and I added value to Jesse, that number's changed into a 5. If I added to Jane Smith today, this number's changed into a 2, whatever. So, sorry, did you have something to say?
Nope.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said something. Okay, so adding value column, we got that. Hey Girl date, we got that. Invite date, Okay, response notes, all this stuff is the same. Now, the cool thing about this and why we are so keen on using a tracker is because if once your list grows to be, way down here into the, hundreds plus, because at some point in time, you will have a pretty big interest list. Like, think about it. You've already got 50 on this list so far, right? It's already coming down to here. So it's easy because if you're looking for a specific person, you've got these fancy little drop-down bars up here that allow you to alphabetize the sheet. So you can say sort sheet A through Z. Now what that'll do is put everybody in alphabetical order by last name. If you wanted to alphabetize them by first name, you could, by last name, by how much value you've added to that person. So let's say, obviously you have a huge list and you've been adding value and you want to say, okay, well, let's see how many people I've been adding value to the most. That way, if I'm looking for a couple of people to send invites to today, I can easily do that. How do I easily do that? I click on this button right here in the added value column, sort the sheet Z to A, so it goes from highest to lowest numbers, and there you go. Looks like we can probably invite Christina and Jesse today because I've added value to them quite a bit, right? So that's the very simple way of kind of keeping track and seeing exactly what you can do. Now let's go back here and alphabetize them again from A to Z. And just really quick, if you need to figure out how to do this, how to get these columns to stay here. If you notice as we scroll down, that first name, last name column, all that stuff, or that row, it stays in place. All you do is highlight that first row, click on view, go over to freeze, and you click on one row. By doing that, that keeps everything here in place, and it also brings up these little drop-down menus so you can actually sort through what you're doing. Okay, the other cool feature over here before I get into colors is the follow-up date. So if you are, let's say, inviting to a challenge group that's starting next week, and you don't remember, you're scrolling through and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I've got all these follow-up dates. Who do I need to follow up with right now? Well, click here, go to sort that sheet A through Z, and you can see all the people that are coming up soon. So these are the April 15th people. Let's pretend you got an April 1st in there. You might have a March 30th. So seeing those dates, you're like, okay, I now know who I need to follow up with and when I need to follow up with them in order based off of the date. So cool factors that you can do with all that stuff. Now, the last thing I want to go to is the colors. So we've got a legend over here, and you can honestly use whatever colors you want. We just chose these colors because they are easy and everybody understands them. So why we use colors is, again, just another means to keep track of, who we've got interested, who maybe might be interested, but not right now. You can see in the legend over here, the people that we're highlighting in green have said, yes, I'm in, let's do this. So maybe, you've got a conversation going with them, but for whatever reason, they're like, hey, yes, I'm super interested. Can we chat like tomorrow? I've got whatever going on tonight. You can highlight their name in green, and you can even change the follow-up date to tomorrow. That way you don't forget to follow up with them. But at least since their name is in green, you now know that, hey, this person's very interested, and I need to talk to them right now so we can get them in a group. These people that are in yellow, these are the people that have said maybe, or we say not right now. Just because people are saying like, hey, it's not the right time for me, doesn't mean that they're always going to be a no, this is not for me at all. Like, if people say maybe or no, not right now, take that as not right now, but in the future, right? So always leave that option open and highlight their name in yellow. So for example, let's pretend Jessie, when we invited her, she said, yeah, I'm interested, but I'm going on vacation this month. Like, how about you follow up with me next month? So you ask her the date that you want to follow up, and she says she's getting back on April 10th or April 12th, and she says, yeah, probably a couple days after I get back. So you say, all right, I'll follow up with you on April 15th. Same thing for Stephanie. We reach out to her, and she says, well, I don't know. I'm kind of interested, but I'm worried about the price. Like, right now, it's not a good time finance-wise. So we talked to her about the price a little bit, what we can do to help or whatever, but, and help in terms of, coming up with creative ways to save, because we have done that before. I won't get into that. But she says, follow up with me next month. So we say, oh, guess what? My next challenge group starting April 25th. How about I follow up with you, that week, just so we can see if the time is right then. Sure. April 20th is that week. We'll put that date right there. So that's what the maybe or not right nows are. Now, I take note, even if there's some people that, let's say, for example, I've got John. No, I won't put John because I'm going to pretend this person's pregnant. So I'm going to put Amy. Let's do Amy Silverman. She's an awesome coach. So let's say I've added a ton of value to her. I sent her a hey girl because she's pregnant, and I'm like, hey, congratulations, I saw you're pregnant. I haven't sent her an invite though, because if she's pregnant, like, I'm not going to be like, hey, you want to join my challenge group even though you're about to pop? No, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to put pregnant, due in August, or due in, let's say, May. And even though I don't have a follow-up date for her, I can still put, let's say, June. Let's say if she's due at the end of May, I'll just put June. I'll still highlight her name in yellow, even though I haven't sent her any type of invite whatsoever. I sent her a hey girl, and even though she doesn't have any idea that I want to talk to her about this, I'm still keeping her as a prospective person because I know that she may potentially want to do it after she has her baby. So that is how that works. I hope that makes sense. Is there anything I'm missing on that stuff? Uh-oh. Are you there? I can't hear. Oh, hold on. Unmute.
I muted myself.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry, I muted myself. I'm heading to Zumba, so if I totally disappear, it's probably just because I have to go teach Zumba classes, but continue on.
Okay, is that, I think we hit everything in the interest list. Was there anything else that I missed?
No, I think you covered it. Great. And of course, if you guys have questions as you're going along, let us know totally, and we will answer them. I know this isn't a live training, so it's hard, but now we can, I guess, since we have that kind of down, you guys know how to track, we can go back to the business, the Power Hour log.
One thing I want to do before we do that, though, is the new friends tab. We haven't gone over that one yet. And just know, guys, too, that this is totally customizable. And even if you aren't a computer person and you're like, I hate tracking, I don't like doing it, just know that this is going to benefit you in so many ways. So if you're not a computer person, or if you don't like tracking things, learn to be a computer person and learn to you don't have to enjoy it, but just learn to actually do it, because this is going to be a huge factor of how you progress in the business and how you grow as a person. And there you go. That's a way to have personal growth right there, is to up your skills on the computer so you can have a more successful business. Okay, the other tab that I want to go into, so you can see here we've got all of our interest lists created for the rest of the year. Again, you can customize it to how you want, but that is how we track. So this new friends tab right here, this might look a little bit confusing too, because it has colors that are not the same as the colors on this list in terms of what they mean. But what this means, so you clearly have your list of all your current Facebook friends, right? So we're going to keep that list, and it's going to stay there, because that is your warm market. Those are people that you already know and have been connected with for quite some time now. But in order to grow our business, we constantly have to be expanding our market, right? So adding new friends every day. What did we say? I think we said 3 to 5. Let's go back here really quick. Add new friends 3 per day. Okay, so if you're going to go and add 3 new friends per day, an easy way to do that, and I can show you super quick, is going to your Facebook homepage, going up here to your little friend icon, click on See All, and then if you scroll down to the people you may know portion, these half the time are the people that you have mutual friends with already. So those, if you find someone that would be an ideal challenger, an ideal coach, those are people that you can add. I don't recommend just adding anyone and everyone, because I recommend looking at their profile a little bit to see hey, would I connect with this person? Could I be their friend anyway? I don't say don't avoid or don't not add people, but at the same time, kind of be a little bit picky with who you're adding. Just if you think you could be their friend in real life, then add them. There you go. Easy, simple way to think about it. Another quick way too is if you go through this entire list and see people that You're like, no, I don't want to be friends with any of these people. Well, go to one of your friends list, click on their friends, or go to one of your friends' profiles, click on their friends list, and scroll through there. I'm sure you guys have mutual friends that you could connect with on there too, that you would want to be friends with. Okay, so that was just a quick side tip. But going over here to the New Coach Business Tracker. So your new friends list, this is going to be strictly for those people that you are adding to your network. So all the new friends that you're adding, not anything to do with any of the old ones that you've currently had as friends. This is just all your new friends, okay? So if you add 3 new friends today, write their name down. That way you can keep track of how many you're adding them, or how many you're adding per day. Put the date that you sent them that friend request, okay? So now what you're gonna do is the next day you come back in and do your power hour, you're going to go up here to your Facebook, you're going to click on your profile, click on friends, and then you're gonna scroll down right here to where it says recently added. That recently added tab is the people that you have added who've accepted your friend request. So this is a very easy way to say, okay, I see that Michaela accepted my friend request. So what I'm going to do over here is, let's pretend I had Michaela. I don't even think I spelled that right. That's okay. Michaela, we'll just say her last name is Morgan or whatever. So I sent her a friend request, let's pretend on 3/3/2017. And today I came back in to do my power hour and I saw that she accepted my request. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight her name in yellow so I know that she accepted my request. And you can see here under this legend, the people who accept your request, you highlight in yellow. Now, what we have next is you're constantly going to be adding new people to your interest list every single day, right? Because out of that 50 friends of people that you already have on that interest list that you just created, all those people aren't constantly going to be posting. So we're going to tell you every single month, okay, this is the date that you're going to create a new interest list. This is the date that you're going to stop adding value to those people, to the people on that interest list. So keep that in mind. You don't need to know that right now. But just know that throughout that time that you're adding value, not everybody is going to be posting. So if you have 50 people on there, there might only be 15 or 20 who you can add value to. And maybe some of those people only post once or twice in a month, because a lot of people are like that. So constantly adding new people to your interest list every month is huge. Now, what you need to know is that you don't always have to add from your current Facebook friends list. You don't always have to add from your new. You can do both. You can say, okay, if you go back here and you see that, oh, if this decides to come up, add new people to interest list is the next to do on our to-do list. 3 per day. You can say, all right, well, today I'm going to add 2 people from my current Facebook friends list, copy paste their name, add them into the April list right here. And then I'm going to add 1 person from my new friends list right here. And well, guess what? Since she accepted my friend request and I'm adding her to an interest list, I'm going to highlight her name in green, because I know copy paste over here. I'm going to know now that since her name is highlighted in green, that she's been added to an interest list. Now, this is kind of, I don't want to say that this is overkill, but it kind of is in a way. I do it this way, but Stephanie doesn't. The way Steph, you want to talk about how you do yours really quick? I mean, I can explain.
Yeah. I literally will add 3 friends or however many we're supposed to add for the day. And then I will check that off in my Empower Hour box, like done. And then the next day is when I will pull up my Facebook. I will go to recently added under friends, and I will see who are my recently added friends and which ones added me, because you might add 3 new friends, but only 1 or 2 accept you. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. And when they do accept me, that is the only new friends that I track. So Christina tracks everybody that she invites. I only track the people who accept, and then they go on my new friends list. So then I know, okay, I can add everybody on my new friends list. I can start adding into an interest list as I see fit. So there's flexibility with what you want to do and how you want to track it.
And one reason, thanks, Steph. And one reason too why I have done it like this is, like, as your list starts to grow and as you start to friend new people, sometimes people don't accept your requests. So you might be inviting a ton of people and you might be adding a ton of people to your network, but you only, let's say you added 10 today and you come back in a week and only 2 out of those 10 accepted your request. It just kind of gives you an idea, okay, this is how many, like, here's my average, okay? Like, I'm averaging about 20% of the people that I'm adding are accepting my request. Now, do you have to do that? No, it's just a way for you to kind of get a good assessment of where you're at. But I've also used it before because there's been people who I've added and I wrote their name down, and then they declined my friend request because, yes, that does happen. And then I go through, and as I'm scrolling through and looking at people, like the people I may know, I'm like, I feel like I've added this girl before. Did I add her? Like, I don't even remember, because, you know, I thought that I saw something about her that I could connect with. So what I'll do is I'll go back here. I will either click Control F, which is an easy function to search for someone's name. So let's pretend I found Stephanie Uribe on Facebook, and I'm like, wait, did I add? I feel like I added Stephanie in the past. I don't remember. So if I click her name, or if I find her name on here and I see, well, yes, actually, let's pretend that that's not in color. Let's pretend that, oh, there we go. Here we go. Okay. So if I sent her a request and she never accepted it, but I remember, like, I can see, okay, yeah, I did send her a request, and oh, well, it says I can send her another friend request. Like, clearly she declined it because of the fact that I can send her another friend request. Like, it's not even pending. So that's just another way that you can keep track of people as your network grows. Okay. So that is the basis of this tracker. Okay, I know it might seem like a lot of information. Doing it this way, it is a little bit more difficult to keep up with for the new friends, because you do want to make sure that the colors are right. You might realize that, oh shoot, like I forgot to highlight this person in green, but they're already on this interest list. So do it however you want to, whatever way works best for you, but just know to keep this constant tab going of all your new friends, whether you want to track everybody you add every single day or only the people that accept you. Totally up to you. Okay, so that is how this works. And again, this is the basic tracker. Same thing going back over here, this New Coach Empower Hour tracker. This is the most basic one. So going back here, we talked about commenting with likes on social media. This portion right here equates to that adding value tab. So I'm actually going to put that right here. I'm actually going to add it in there. Add value. Comment. Add value. Comments with likes on social media, 5 per day. Just so you guys know, that's what that tab equates to. The adding new friends on Facebook, do 3 per day. Adding new people to your interest list, doing 3 per day. Where does that relate to over here? That's you going to your friends list, seeing all those people that were highlighted in yellow that have all accepted your request, or going to this little area over here, the recently added in your Facebook list, and saying, okay, I see that Michaela, Sid, Angela, and Ashlyn all accepted my friend request since yesterday. So I'm going to go and type their names in this list under my new friends list. And then I'm going to just keep their names here until I actually add them to an interest list. Once I do that, then they're good. They're on an interest list. They're ready to go. So, and again, you can take from your old Facebook friends list. You can take from your new. You can do one or the other, or you can do both. I recommend kind of doing a little bit of both. That way you start connecting with new people as well. Going down to the Hey Girl messages, that equates to your interest list, this column right here. Just the day that you sent, all you need to do is type in the day that you sent them that Hey Girl. Challenger and coaching invites, 1 per day. That equates to this column right here. Business development and training, 10 minutes minimum. That is going to be your new coach training. And until you finish your new coach training, that's all you're going to be focusing on in terms of business development and training. So as soon as you're done with those, Stephanie and I post every single Tuesday in our team pages. We post training. So you can go and start looking at those, or you can start Googling or YouTubing stuff on your own. But just know that your main focus right now for that business development and training is going to be your module training.
And can I just add into that?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's probably crazy loud in my car. I'm almost to Zumba, but I just wanted to say, like, if you're doing the training and you're following them in order, please, please, please make sure that you are making the most out of the training. And that means that every single time there's a call to action at the end of a training, you do not move on to the next training until you've actually done that call to action, because I know that getting a ton of information at one time can literally just like make you freeze and feel overwhelmed. And the more information you take in, like it can get so overwhelming. I was there, I know firsthand. So my words of encouragement to you are do exactly as the trainings are telling you to do, and then move on. So if training 1 tells you that you need to start your program, then make sure that you're all set up to start your program. If training 2 says pick out a personal development book, make sure you're not moving on until you already have a personal development book picked out, bought, and ready to go. And same with this whole power hour training. Don't move on to the next training until you've gotten everything done in this power hour and you are ready to go with that. So that's just my little bit of information. But I actually, this is the beauty of coaching. You can work from anywhere. I literally had to go into teach Zumba. So Christina is going to finish up for you guys. And I thank you guys for your time. And let me know if you need anything. I know Christina will do an awesome job explaining everything for you. So
Thanks,
toodles, Christina. And bye, everyone else.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. That is the beauty of coaching. You do it from anywhere and everywhere you want to. Okay, and that's flexible, clearly. All right, so just heading back over to the business tracker. The last thing that we track on here is our current number of Facebook friends and our current number of Instagram followers. Now, if you're someone who doesn't have an Instagram, then obviously you won't track that. But if you are, I would say at least pick one that you are currently, at least as a brand new coach, pick one platform that you want to stick to. When I first started out, I was doing everything on Facebook. Now, don't get me wrong, I was copying and pasting a lot of my Facebook posts into my Instagram, but I wasn't really doing a whole lot with Instagram because of the fact that I had such a big market of people, my warm market of people that already knew me. I could go through that, and I already had people who, again, knew me that I could reach out to. So, but it is important, though, to track your number of friends every single day. So what I usually do at the end of my power hour is I will say, okay, I'm going to, as soon as I finish everything on this list, I go in, I kind of save these 2 for last, honestly, but I'll go through after I finish power hour and say, all right, what's my current friend status at? Or what's my number? And if it's at 1,625, I'll write that down. The next day, when I finish my power hour, I will go back here and say, all right, today my list is at 1,630. Okay, so you can see every single day how you are progressing. Now, I can show you in the future how to do a fancy formula that shows exactly how many friends you're adding every day, but you don't need to do that, so don't even think about that right now. You can physically see your growth happening right here. Do we have a column? No, we don't. Okay, so again, the same thing for Instagram. If you want to track the number of followers that you have, then definitely do that. But if you know that you're not going to focus on Instagram right now, you don't have to, but you can if you want. Okay, so the month-end goals, we were honestly going to move that up to the very top so you can see that in the front, the forefront all the time. So we might do that. But for now, we have the monthly goals right here. And what this is going to be, so these are your goals for the month for Success Club, for the number of coaches that you're bringing onto your team, and for your rank goals. So let's say you just signed on as a coach. It's the middle of March, and you say, all right, by the end of the month, because I'm a go-getter and I want to get this, by the end of the month, I'm going to hit Success Club, at least Success Club 5. I'm going to add on 2 new coaches, and I'm going to be an Emerald. So heck yeah, let's set that for our goals. So our Success Club goal is going to be Success Club 5. Our coaches added is going to be 2, and our rank goal is going to be Emerald. Okay, so let's say you signed up on the 15th. And that's where your goals were at that point in time. Now today, it's the 29th of March. So let's pretend at this day today, we're at Success Club. Let's do this. We're at Success Club 6. You brought on 1 new coach for, let's pretend that was your spouse. And your rank goal is you're still at coach, but we're going to be updating this every day. So let's pretend tomorrow on the 30th, you bring on 1 person who's like, I'm ready to coach, let's do this. Or let's say you sign up a family member who's like, yeah, I really want to coach, or like your sister or somebody who wants to do this with you. It's pretty easy to hit Emerald, guys. Everybody can do it, even in the day if you want to. It's all a matter of that belief up here and really figuring out who you can talk to and who you want to bring onto this opportunity to help change their life too. So let's say you have a sister and she wants to coach too. So guess what? She just bought a challenge pack. You just brought on 2 new coaches because you signed her up the same time she bought a challenge pack. And guess what? Tomorrow is Thursday, and every single rank advancement happen, like the system updates on Beachbody, your back office updates every Wednesday night at midnight. So on Thursday morning, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning as an emerald. And there you go. Look at your goals for this month already. You're exceeding. You're at Success Club 8. You already brought on 2 coaches and you're already an emerald by tomorrow. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to move this at the very top, but this is where it is for now, like I said. But this is a way for you to see, to visually see your goals and to keep track of them. So what I want you guys to do right now, if you haven't done so yet, is pause this video and write down your current Success Club coach and rank goal, okay? And dream big, guys. Think big, because if your goals aren't big enough, if they're not scary enough, if they don't scare you, they are not big enough. That's the quote I was looking for. If your goals don't scare you, they are not big enough. So remember that as you are progressing throughout your coaching journey. So stop right now, pause, fill that out, and then come back. Okay, so you're probably back already. And now that you have this taken care of, again, this section is going to be updated every single day as you're doing your power hour. The last part of this sheet, your power hour sheet, is going to be your daily check-ins. So what you're going to want to make sure you do as a brand new coach is every single day checking into your challenge group, right? So you're constantly a challenger. If you by chance already have challengers underneath you, check in with them too, but you're going to be doing that in the challenge group, right? You want to make sure that you're checking into that every single day to help not only hold yourself accountable, but to help your challengers and others in the group hold themselves accountable too, and see that you're showing up and making that progress and being a product of the product, right? The same thing goes with your free group. And once you do these, honestly, guys, all you need to do is put an X, or you can put, whatever you want in here, a yes, or if that makes you, feel a little bit better about having a yes instead of X in there. So free group checked in, Coach Online Office. So I think there's a tutorial about the Coach Online Office. I'm not going to go into that, but you're going to want to make sure that you check, there's a news section in there. You want to check your Success Club points to make sure that that's right. It does take some time for those to update, but just scroll through back there, check it out, see what's going on. Make sure that you have that checked off your list. This is Stephanie, so she has Fit Chicks United team page. Mine is going to say the Bellacore team page, so make sure you're checking into your upline sponsors team page every single day. And then your our upline, Jessie, so the Live and to Be Fit team page every single day, because we are always posting valuable information for you guys, and it's important to make sure that you're staying up to date with that. So, okay, that is everything, and you are going to have one of these every single week. So all you have to do, again, we've already got that 12 weeks listed out, so you're good for the next 12 weeks. When you have the next 12 weeks pop up, you'll go ahead and make a brand new one and continue on for 12 weeks and so on. So, all right, I think we hit on everything. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's it. So I hope this was very helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to reach out. I know this was a lot of information. I know this was a long video, but if you start this now, I promise you, this will help you immensely in tracking your business. You won't have 1,000 notebooks all over the place figuring out what you wrote down, or whose name you wrote down last week, or where did you put that girl's name that you wrote down a couple days ago? Which notebook was that in? You don't have a ton of papers lying around. None of that. Everything is here in one spot for you in your Empower Hour tracker and in your New Coach Business Tracker. And by having this, I'm telling you guys, if I would have known how to do this from day one in my business, I don't know where I'd be now, but I'd probably be a lot further ahead than I am currently, which I'm not saying that is in a bad way at all. But I'm just saying in terms of my overall, oh my gosh, I feel all over the place levels last year, compare that to where I am now. It's this is so helpful, and it will really allow you to feel like you're accomplishing something every single day, and you will know where to go to access it because you've got everything tracked in 2 locations on your Empower Hour tracker and your business tracker. And this is going to be your go-to every single day for everything you do. in your business. So I hope that was helpful. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are always here for you guys, and we'll do whatever we can to help you out in any way we can. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your training videos, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.